everyone! Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good morning, good morning. Hello, 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 everyone. Hoping you are all doing well today. Let me tweet that I am now live. Ooh, the lizards got a little confused. Live now. Live now. Purple heart. Good Komo evening. Hello. How are you all doing? How are you all doing on this lovely Tuesday afternoon? For me, it may be a different time zone for you all. The lizard sent sholmes. Is that true? You hate him just as much as me? Aw, they are so precious. So cute. So cute. I had some cakes that have been in my fridge for some time, and I decided I should probably eat a bit more of it before it goes bad. So that's what I had for lunch today, was a single slice of cake. A single slice of cake. Oh yes, I decided when the takoyaki party would be. The members only takoyaki party. I decided that it would be next week. Yes. Good opportunity. So, cake for lunch. Yes, cake for lunch. Life is about the little things, don't you know? It's about the little things. Little things being eating cake for lunch. Oh, why did I freeze? Uh-oh. Come back. Come back. My body is not processing this well. Please, you have to understand. Please come back. Why am I frozen? Everything is frozen. Oh no. Surely it will. This is what happens when you eat lunch cake? Not true. Not true. See, I'm better already. I'm better already. No need for the lecture. I'm normal now. I'm normal. See? I'm so normal. I'm incredibly normal. And the most normal girl that's ever lived. Komo cake lunch Dokueki. And what of it? I'm still here, am I not? Am I not? Yes, I hope you all have had a good day so far. Excited to get back into the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles and finish up this case about our friend who was murdered. I'm normal now. I don't know if she'd go that far. Wow. She's so normal, she's immune to ghost moves and sweet to fighting. You are a silly bunch, you know. You are all a silly bunch, for sure. Let's get back into it. Oh yes, we're at the final part. The adventure of the unbreakable speckled band. I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that. I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what the speckled band might be. We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door. He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, I don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Sorry, I had a hiccup. Oh yes, he completely disappeared. When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. I'm going to drink some more water. Where is our cabin? Not our cabin, it's Kazuma's. Whatever. I don't care if I'm confined to the wardrobe. It was still my room for months. I guess technically it was my wardrobe for months that was in the room. Anyway, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga has managed to uncover any new clues. Yes, we should probably find him and ask. Yes, I agree. I think we should as well. We've done these. We do. Ooh. The door leads to the second class area. Yes, I know that. It's locked. I can't open it. No, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape. Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. I've done this. I would like to move to my cabin. It looks like they're still investigating in here. Yes, on that subject. I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed. What do you mean, unscathed? Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of his cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you. Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. It's true. So, is he on the other side? Nope, I did not want to do that. I was trying to touch the other side to get to... I was trying to get to the other side of the room to see if he might be in here. A speckled band dangling. It's obviously a snag. That is a valuable clue in these words, I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, Naruhodo-san. We will. Yes, we will. As soon as I'm able to move. There you are! Oh, you're back. Inspector! What happened to you? Your face is... Please, don't worry about it. Did he get beaten up by the captain? Oh, goodness. His glasses! They're just scratches. Made by a bear, maybe. When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fists and then toss me overboard. What? I didn't murder my friend! But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin. Yes, so I understand. Oh. I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. Oh, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I think his name was something like Sherlock Holmes. I don't think he was German, though. Oh, that explains it. Shall we compare notes, then? We can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it. Great. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door. Oh, do you know who she is? Please, what self-respecting ballet fan would know that graceful angel? It's dying. Oops, I think I upset him there. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case at least. Oh, how? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Well, I suppose. Now I've definitely upset him. Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to head over to the Hong Kong police. So, I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. There is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh, what? Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please. What is this new information you have, Inspector? It's this. Gutierrez's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report. Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report? No! Kazuma. So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report. His neck was broken? Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury, so at first I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing has been found as yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see. Oh, the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left. Poor Kazuma. Oh, no! I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. You trust me? Hosonaga? After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Oh, he loves us! He loves us! The post-mortem report. No signs of external injury or poison. But blunt trauma, a blunt object, it would surely leave something. Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he? Yes, he seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said. Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. It was when he was over there by the piece of broken glass, do you see? Oh, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think? Oh, yes, that must be it. But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. What is it, Susato? Well, Cosmo was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tanned hue. Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red, then. Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repair them for him. Oh, does this mean that this mark was made by the polish on Cosmo's shoes as they scuffed on the floor? Ooh, alright. We have that information. That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you. He's dying! Poor Inspector. You look exhausted. Oh, no. Well... I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asugi. It was my responsibility. No. It's alright. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. A heavy head? That's interesting. My head's still throbbing, too. Ooh, what does that mean, everyone? I'm going to drink some water. The dots are connecting. All right. Maybe we should move back out. I think that we've done all we can do here. I need to find Mr. Sholmes. As much as I hate that man, I need to find Mr. Sholmes. Ah! Look, Naruhodo! Seaman Stroganoff has gone. Strong enough. The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us. Ooh, all these Russian names are impossible to remember. Seaman Stroganoff. Tra-la-la. Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing. Tra-la-la-la-lee-da-ee-da-ee. I did it the great detective way. I know who this is. This caroling. I know that lark-like voice. Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us. Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can investigate. Definitely, before that stringy knot crewman comes back. It's Stroganoff, not Stringy Knot. There we are. Perhaps we should have looked for Dr. Sholmes. Susato. Oh, where's she gone? Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things. There's not a moment to waste, Naruhodo. We must investigate as quickly as we can. I suppose you're right, for Cosmo's sake. Not just for Kazuma. What do you mean? It can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there. Really? We must solve this case, Naruhodo, by ourselves if we have to. Yes, we will! Alright, let's examine a bit. Okay, let's see. What about the wardrobe? Naruhodo, are you there? Sorry. I'm right here, yes. Why? Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home. You're a funny one, young lady. Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know. We're heading to a British colony. I wonder if we'll cross paths with Miss Brett! Blech! Disgusting. Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes. I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin door has. If the bolt's drawn across, there's no way anyone could enter the cabin from outside. Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across its own accord, would it? No, and the door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. And it seals up perfectly, too, to stop any seawater coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through a crack around the closed door, either. I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me. Interesting. What about the bookshelf? All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one. Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though. It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door, in Kazuma's cabin. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase? I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company? Alright then. She's so cute when she does that. That face and that little pointing to the face thing. She's so cute. Not everything bad that happens on the ship is because of me, you know. Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here, too. I don't like seeing things in disarray. Nice. Hi, Komo. Hope you're having a nice day. I hope you are as well. Thank you. Oh yes, they're displayed in this cabin too. Look, the SS Buria's rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. I suppose Miss Pavlova's realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friend, I mean. I wonder where her friend has disappeared to now. It's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine. I just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard. Oh yes, so do I. Oh, that would be terrible. Well, there's the vent that connects to ours. So this ventilator connects to Kazuma's cabin next door. Yes, although what a fool a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room. Maybe it's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of the cabin would notice and raise the alarm. Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning. That is a possibility. Anyway, last night, Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. It's definitely a snake. Definitely a snake. There's one of these next to the bed in Cosmo's cabin, too. Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist. Why would you do this? Oh. No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come. We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret. What a silly girl. Oh my! Miss Pavlova's case is open. It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there. Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret, because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Budia. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there. And more to the point, where is it now? Well, there doesn't appear... Well, there's this. There are just a few books on the desk, nothing else by the looks of it. Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all. That's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read. Let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading books written in Russian. Thanks. I think I probably already knew that. It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruhodo. Kindly remember that. Everything appears to be... I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor. Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately. Do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here? What, a leak? Well, if she put something down like that, perhaps she doesn't have a pet snake, but at the beginning of the story, you know, they showed a snake. And I imagine that's what the speckled band is, so maybe her pet is not a snake, but something like a cat or dog. I'm sure that even if there's a little leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink. No, you're right. Of course you're right. She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she? It would seem this teapot is empty. So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are a very thirsty people. Or, because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night, she hasn't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either. It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it. You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruhodo? Well, let's move. Oh, great. Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes. Look. Wow, you never know where he's going to turn up next, do you? He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. What a weirdo! I hate you! Oh, he's singing! Ugh. Do you still think he hasn't noticed us? Or is simply in extremely high spirits? Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky her luck was about. Excuse me. I solved it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes! rudely interrupting a fellow when he's singing, and I was just about to reach the cinematic finish. Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop. I figured now is as good of a time as any. He's so stupid! I have very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Alright, I get the picture now. Could you put those fists away? Oh, stupid man. Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. Oh yes, that. I was immersed in study of the ship's log as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here. Oh yes, the ship's log. And did you find out anything useful from it? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so... Ah ha 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 ha! You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Ah ha ha! Sorry? He's so stupid. Stupid man. Your logic, my boy, is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in the first-class passageway, and he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes? Nothing to report. Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. So he did it! Mr. Stroganoff, do you have anything you want to explain? Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. The ship's log has been entered into the court record. I see. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. Oh, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sholmes... Brilliant! Ah, ha, 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 ha. Oh, ouch. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason, nothing more. Everyone seems to be having some issues. Everyone! He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susato? You seem lost in thought. It's just... well, I feel the same. Sorry. Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing. Oh, you too? Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Can I go back to her cabin? What? What's that? Oh, is it Mr. Sholmes? What is that? Oh! What? Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter-mile fore. Full stop, hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact. What? I think we're about to crash into another ship. What? What's happening? Oh my gosh. Are you alright? Are you injured? I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo. It looks like we avoided a collision. That's scary. I think... Yes, the ship has to come to a stop. Oh my goodness, what about you, Naruhodo? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Hello, is anybody there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like... Inspector Hosonaga. Is that you in there, Naruhodo? Unbolt the door, quickly! What's a bolt? Look at that! The door's bolted! Did you do that, Susato? No, I didn't touch it. Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books! They're just like they were before again. Naruhodo, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in? I'd better tidy this place up first. Interesting. Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery at least in a very vivid way. But I knew what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. That was so short. That was so short. We can't end there. We can't end there. We must keep going. I know already. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Susato took a deep breath and gently slid back the bolt. Good morning. What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? Oh, you both look unhurt. Good. The difference is crazy. Yes, we're fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh, how did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming, crew are running everywhere. This first-class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see. Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside? Oh! You wicked intruder dressed all in black! You are the devil! Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first. You opened my traveling case. How could you? What? No. We didn't touch it. That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector? Yes? Arrest this man! I know he did it! He's a criminal! Is it not enough that he has killed a man? Ah, and he is a stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe? Take him away. He is a trespasser as well as everything else. Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right, you are devil. It doesn't look good, does it? This is a cell below deck. There is a cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong, then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell? Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do? This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options. This is terrible. This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately! Let's see. Examine. Listen, I'm sorry that we snuck in here without your permission. Get out now. We just needed to investigate in here to help understand what happened. It's no use. She's not going to listen. I need to find someone who will. You! You're what I need, Mr. Sholmes. Why are you doing that? You're so stupid. I hate him so bad. Hi, Komo. Hello. What are you doing up there? Mr. Sholmes? He's so stupid. Why is he wearing the tiara? Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on his head. Have I not told you that a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. Oh, I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. Oh, you again, the great detective. Oh, Inspector, I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak! An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Budia, has been solved by me naturally. What? Really? Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to eliminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Huh, you solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing Student Boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. Is he going to wear the tiara the whole time? You know, maybe so. What an interesting man. Stupid man, but interesting man. It is a stowaway and he has handcuffs to prove it. I didn't do it! The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who is inside the cabin. Yes, it's what's called locked room mystery in detective stories. Ah, locked room, that is point. The room was locked? Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin. You are all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. What? Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator man. The ventilator? Ha 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 ha! You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole. That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? It's not possible. Oh, but it is. The last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. Mr. Sholmes, do you mean? Are you referring to the words Cosmo wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m., I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m., what looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Ugh. Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. He's so dumb. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your core. Behold! What's he doing? So there is a snake! Allow me to introduce you all to the band, the speckled band. A snake? Indubitably. Wow. Everyone just cannot believe this. Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you? You both see and observe with distinction, however. Do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap? How exactly? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one, last night your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two, that same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. No. She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. I wouldn't be so sure. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi. He can't even speak. It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. Oh my goodness! Miss Yurarikudo! Miss Yurarikudo, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, everyone! Hello, Yorogumi. Welcome to the stream. It is so nice to meet you all. I'm Komo Dokueki, the esteemed president of the V4Mirai Magical School Film Club. If the movie's bad, I bite. If it's good, I bite harder. Welcome, everyone. I hope you all had a great stream, Miss Yuta. Thank you very, very much for the raid, and I hope you had a great stream, and I hope you have a great rest of your night/day. Thank you very much, and welcome! Welcome, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Had to drink some water. Hello, hello. My goodness. I can't believe it's already March. It's already March. That's crazy. All right. But yes, welcome, Raiders. We are playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are on our second case, and our best friend has been murdered, and we're dealing with a stupid man, Herlock Sholmes. Everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Oh, yay! This is that yaoi thing we did before. Here we are. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Oh, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question, I'm that snake, it hates him so bad. I'll just reach over a little further and bite him, please. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's sloughed skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrid crime, this most friendly friend of yours shed its original skin. No, I don't know what you are talking about. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side of the bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. I'm wondering about this. Is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it slows its skin. A snake so dreadful we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Sure. How Mr. Asuki died. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life and why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear that there was no visible signs of injury. Oh. Yes. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be? Why are you saying that? Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost but not quite imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense. There is no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't... It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you would use to train your serpent friend. To train? Indeed, you'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny the snake has undergone such training? It's not true! Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. You're so interesting, Mr. Sholmes. We're going to have to prove you wrong on a few things. Some things are correct, some things are not correct. So let's try to figure this out together. You know, we are a duo. We must try our best. A few. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to train any creature. You think the snake is drinking milk? Incredible! You've solved the mystery! Amazing! Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. When you have a take so baffling the whole crew. He's so stupid. What a stupid man. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course, what's on your mind? It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me. I welcome questions as to my method, and I will answer both loudly and proudly. Oh, well, good. First of all, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. You are well informed, madam. And reptiles, don't drink milk. Oh. It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No matter, no doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example, the logic holds. Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Ah. Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal to a snake by whistling. But madam! What of the tales from Arabia? Oh my gosh, so stupid. Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sound of a flute? I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements. Oh, he is so stupid. He's so dumb. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes. There is one other thing. You have more? Snakes use the scales of their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake can manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins. Then it should try harder. Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had part in this. He's just a little guy. A little guy who seems to really like Mr. Stroganoff, though. That is something interesting. The snake is clearly exceptional, Mr. Sholmes' logic stands. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh no, you don't mean. Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be. I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, right. So, cast your eyes down to your wrists again. What? Oh, yay! No more handcuffs! You've done it again! Your handcuffs are gone! Where did they go? Fear not, I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd leave them off. Now everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Great, course correction, we've got this. Alright. Now we can start cooking. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. Yada 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 yada. Yes. It's nothing to do with me. So now, we probably need to rotate her body a bit. If I can. Yes. Alright, she does have a pain expression on her face. Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma's death is weighing heavily on her mind. But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Would there be some other way to interpret her expression then? Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova. Oh, she has a claw. Oh, it's a cat. Her friend is a cat. Oh, Naruhodo, look! That looks like a very painful wound. It looks like a scratch made by some kind of small animal. And fairly recently, too. Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here. Alright. Wait a moment. I'm trying to click it. Please. I guess wait, I need to present this. That's what I need to do. I need to present it. Yes! Oh! Miss Palma-senpai, thank you so much for the raid! Hello, Palm Squad! Welcome, welcome! Hello, Palm Squad, welcome. We are playing the great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and I am Komo Dokueki, the esteemed president of the V4Mirai Magical School Film Club. If the movie's bad, I bite. If it's good, I bite harder. Welcome, welcome. We are trying to sort out a murder case right now that we are being framed for yet again. Welcome, welcome, Miss Poma Senpai. I hope you had a great stream, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. When you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? Ah. When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we asked, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? It was the friend. Alright, let's see. I think we'll need to rotate the camera in a bit to go back to that photograph. That was an interesting thing that we saw. We do not care about this. No, 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 no. You have to look at the photograph. You have to look at the photograph. She has claw marks on her hands, and when animal has claws, that's right, Komodo dragons, the culprit is revealed. I had nothing to do with this. I would never hurt Cosmo. Ever. Never, ever, ever. They don't have hands or feet, yes. It is a cat. It is a cat. We have to look at the photograph. What's this true identity? We should follow her gaze. Yes, we shall. I'm trying. There we are. Very cute. Yes. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. She is exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? Yes, that's true. But personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe we better take a closer look at this. Yes, little kitten. Little cat Miss Pavlova is cuddling here. Oh, what a cute little kitten. I could be with you, couldn't Naruhodo? For the blackest outfit. A black kitten. And from the look of this picture, at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it. Present!
Yes!
Yes! The little kitten is your friend, is it not? Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? I'm welcome, we'll have a great stream. Alright, Crimson, thank you so much for your help today. Have a great rest of your day. Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night. Yes. This specimen's markings do not fit the description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? It's what you have, what you're hiding! You're hiding something. Is that the speckled band? Is that the speckled band? It looks like it could be. Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back. If she just left it in her pocket, no one would ever have known. Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Sholmes' specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something. I thought deductions was his specialty, or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too. So stupid! Anyway, I find it hard to believe that that's the skin of a snake. In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? this. I would like to look at it. Well, it is speckled, and it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. Long piece of cloth of some sort. It looks like a handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West. Oh, is it a cat toy? Oh! Kittens in particular love that sort of play, so it's a cat toy. Okay. That sounds puzzle. Oh, yes. It's presented.
Yes!
Yes, the thing you are trying but failing to conceal is a cat's toy. Precisely, and the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. Ah. And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, and I presume naturally the victim could not fail to notice it. But why, for what reason? Maybe the cat had been missing for some time, and she was just trying to see if it went to the other room or something, so she dangled it through. My dear boy, there can be only one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Oh. In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. Okay, so now we have this as evidence. It was after I gave her her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she is so naughty. Alright, we have the intruder's identity. A beloved kitten. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I have been appraised, it would appear that there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. No. We have the post-mortem report that we can use for this. Needs to be unaware of one very important detail. Cosmo wasn't poisoned, yes. It would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing. Where did my post-mortem report go? Is this it? Yes. It is presented to it.
Yes!
Yeah, you would deny the venom allegations. What are you trying to imply? In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Well, yes, I knew it was one or the other. His neck was... Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal, only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out anyway. We have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be... An examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death exclusively. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone. There's a distinct possibility. I think that we should probably... Imagine a kitten comes up and just breaks his neck. Fall and hit the ground. Yes, there's the shoe polish markings on the ground. Yes, a bad fall, yes. Hard to believe a Cosmo, though. There was no clumsy man. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain? Yes, there is indeed. It's the mark on the floor.
Yes!
A warrior cat. An examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is the deposit of shoe polish. Shoe polish? Indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results, the undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asugi's lace leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asugi must have caught his foot at the point on the floor and tripped. Please, no. And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant he lost his life. No! I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asugi lost his life? Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. Miss Miel, thank you! We will solve this murder. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. No, I don't think so. I don't believe it. Merely tripped over and now he's no more? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yes. Let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Let's have a good look around. Yes, I agree. What's she trying to hide? What is that? It's like a little trash can. What? There's something in it. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them, but Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably, there's not much rubbish in there yet. It's the other half of that thing. It's the other half of that thing that's in the room with Kazuma. So you did do it, did you? It's a broken piece of glass? It is. Yes, because the other half is in Kazuma's room! You did this! You did this, you did this, you did this, you went! You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely! We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no. So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that the part of this glass object which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death... Oh, you make me so mad. Oh, you make me so mad. Should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin. Yeah. I'm going to drink some more water. But you see, I feel like she probably is responsible for what happened, but I don't think it was premeditated. I don't think this was something she wanted. It was probably a mistake, you know. And I don't think she was working alone, because if you remember, Mr. Stroganoff, he didn't report on what was happening last night, despite, you know, reporting every 30 minutes. So I think that, you know, likely she killed him on accident. And then Mr. Man came in there and tried to help stage it. Which would explain the Russian writing that he left. I don't think she did this alone, and I don't think she did it on purpose. I don't know. And that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be the photograph. It's probably a part of the toy.
Yes!
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, the very glass bell in question. Oh yes, it's a part of the cat's bell. Oh. Do you have a bald toggle? I do not. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble... your absent feline friend, Darka. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. Death by tripping over a cat. Oh, it's so terrible. Elementary. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night. It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hand. One moment, everyone. I need to do something very quickly. There we are. I'm getting stuffy because of the pollen. I had to wipe my nose a little bit. And then all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands. People do say the cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it? Yes. And I read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me. Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet, I was sure. If someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, you thought it was safe to try to lure the kitten back again. By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin. Darka always loved this toy. But it didn't work, nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy, I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. So the faint whistling sound Cosmo wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. A moment, I need to clean my glasses. There we are. Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... Meow! I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent. Cosmo was... From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Budio is a large vessel, but even she can pitch the roll violently without warning. Mr. Asugi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet. A combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. This is so terrible. What a way to go. Taken away from us because of a cat. But what became of the kitten afterwards? She doesn't know, does she? In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen. I must have forgotten to lock my case. And now she's disappeared again. Gracious, that cat isn't as insufferably restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself at least. When I woke this morning, I heard the young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right, where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it and where did it come from? Good question. What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board the ship? Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is... Proshko? Is it... I wonder how to pronounce that. Pronounce... Pirosh. Pirashki? Oh, Pirashki! Wait, Pirashko? Pirashko. Wait. Pirashko. Oh. has your eyes. Oh. What? What? That snake belongs to you? He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here. Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin? But animals are not permitted on board. Huh, we're at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands? Can you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake, surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom, Roshko does not have venom. He is harmless, very long but very gentle. He is adorable like Granny. It's venomless? Yes, now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Huh, like they say they milk chickens ridiculously. Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Froshko eats mouses, big fat round mouses. Ah, oh, so is that what the mouse trap in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. It refuses to drink milk, it can't hear a whistle, it can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venomous? How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? It's not my fault I do not make up stories. My Piroshko has nothing to do with the incident. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. Interesting. Miss Pavlova, I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But what are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events, an accident. I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? To be perfectly honest, yes. There is a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Because she wasn't working alone! I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh. I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction. I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Great. Not again. When did he do that? Especially as they're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours, was he not? Yes. Cosmo was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. And In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. And they were companions. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. Kazuma! It's obviously she's not working alone, so that's probably what it is. Yes, we know. We know. We know. At least I know. At least I know. Oh my god, they were companions! Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo. So then, shall we begin? Yes. What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident. Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. It's the crime scene photo. It's this.
Yes!
The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Asugi could have left this message on the floor. That script, it's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language, Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast. That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry, what do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asugi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death! He could not have written a message on the floor. Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything, because he was already dead. That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asugi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if what Miss Pavlova told us was true. What? So Susato has noticed it too, then. Putting his message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident. In other words... what? Oh, God. Look. Let's see. Question. We have a paper seal, a revolutionary, cross your photograph, Kazuma's diary, postmortem report, mark on the floor. That's the mark on the floor, right? Really?
Yes!
Had to think there for a second. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We'd already known about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Unfortunately, there is a very big flaw, a fatal flaw. What? If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in the cabin? Exactly, because someone is helping her. Remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no. Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asugi died last night in this cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth. In order to cover up his or her own guilt. Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asugi's. You are wasting time. Someone else was there? Duh, of course, we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out. Oh, yes. And only other person in cabin when young student died was you.
Yes!
It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. Would you mind? Oh. Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, we really just told him, shut up, you stupid man. The person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor. In an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then, the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen on the floor. Everyone, I know this is completely random, but I was looking at my DoorDash app just now because I'm hungry. And why did they take away Raising Cane's? Why did they take away Raising Cane's? Was I ordering it too often? Was I ordering it too often? Surely not. Surely I'm normal. No more Cane's. No, I have faith, actually. I think maybe it's just DoorDash. Maybe if there's a local delivery chain, maybe they will go to it. Maybe they will present themselves as a customer and pick it up, and then they will not. One moment, I need to do something. One moment. Give me one moment, everyone. I need to check something very important. 1 second. Let me check this. This is very important. One moment. If it would load. Please load. Please, 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 please. Do I have too many things open? 1 second. Sorry, everyone. This is very important. Please log in. There we are. No, that's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Ooh. Oh no, I seem to have forgotten to cancel a subscription to something and it has put my bank account in the negative. Let me just move some money from somewhere else. I'm going to move some money over so that that does not happen again. You know when you forget about a yearly subscription and it's like a full year subscription? Let me just go ahead and do that. Sneaky subscription. I hate when that happens. Yes, me as well. Ugh, so annoying. And let me just go ahead and unsubscribe to what I was doing. Let me go ahead and log in and fix that. Sorry to put a pause on this. I just need to make sure that I do not lose any more money. Next, yes, I do not care. All right. Account. Okay, this is not the right account. All right, let's try this other account. All right. Let's see. Where is it? There we are. Okay. Sneaky subscription is so terrible. Account. Why am I paying so much? All right, let me... Where can I cancel? Change plan. No, I don't want to change plan, actually. I want to manage my subscription and cancel it. Continue. I don't need this. Continue. Continue. Yes. Continue. No, I would like to decline and confirm my cancellation. Thank you. Oh. So annoying. Alright, let me do this one as well. Alright, let's see. Let's do settings. Settings. Account. Manage. Cancel. Yes. There we are. Next page. Ugh. Please, just let me leave. Please, why does it take so long to cancel a subscription to something? Oh, they always make everything so difficult. So difficult. They do want their money. Oh, you can't have my money. I'm broke. I'm broke. Please. All right, thank you for waiting, everyone. Oh my gosh. Are you sure? What can we do to make you keep your subscription? Nothing! I don't have the money! Leaving Hat behind was always going to raise questions. Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely have cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item. You all suspect me, don't you? From a dramatic murder to a dramatic overdraft fee. Thankfully, the overdraft was only about $19. And I moved, I'd say maybe 150 to my bank account just now from another source, so I should be fine. Nina is a woman of sea. She is a daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills, and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on the ship, a member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal. Oh, so that's it. You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin? But that is not possible. I give my tooth. Well, that is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure? You are a great detective, you should know. Look truth in eyes. Captain Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Cabin Bulkhead. Nobody could go into the cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Nyet. It's impossible. He's right. I had one I didn't know about. It got to around negative 220. Oh, it hurts. But wait, I read about this in detective stories. People often tie thread around door latches so they can open and close them from the outside. Thread? Are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel, with not a gap in sight, no threads or needles or magnets could have been used. No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so... Susato, how could you shift it onto me like that? So, Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside. One way does spring to mind, yes. Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, and so should you. But, oh god. Oh, that was disgusting. I had a little burp come up in my throat. I'm going to die now. Oh, I hate this. Indeed we have, so would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside. From the outside. Case? No? From the outside. I can't do anything. It's not lighting up. I have the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside. I don't know. I guess we'll do this.
Yes!
Oh, wait, it doesn't light up? Why wouldn't it light up? I thought it was the bookcase. See how all the books and things on it have toppled over? I guess they just didn't want to point out the obvious. That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe, yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia acting on the objects. Is there nothing Susato doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book, at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. Oh, the bolt on the cabin door, yes. It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... That's right! That's right! Inspector Hosonaga. Oh, yes! That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door. Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia, if you want to call it that. Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Asogi was killed... Yes. Yes! Another emergency. Yes, that would explain why everyone has a headache. That would explain why everyone has a headache. When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over. Yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I? That's when we came into this cabin. We were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Asogi's cabin. I did not mean to do that. Oh my. Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Are you out of your mind? You say Buria made emergency stop? It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room? Yes, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm? Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency. On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. So yes, I think Mr. Stroganoff did that. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Wait, it was you? When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interests of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who... As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed. Whatever the occasion. He sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with ship! I report you to Captain. You are in much trouble now. Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin door slide closed. So, what we must now consider... Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi... Did the ship make an emergency stop, or did it not? You are idiots! Buria is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop, even in middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere. What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo? Well... Oh, and that's right! And the emergency stop... There was nothing in the notes. We have evidence to support that idea. Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo? Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency grip this... Yes, I know. It is... the ship's log. It's the ship's log, yes. Yes! Wait, before we continue, I very much need to use the restroom, so I will be right back. Everyone stay here, or you will be very sorry. I'll be right back. I've returned. Thank you for waiting. I took a bit longer because when I came back to my room, my lizards just looked like they really needed to be cuddled, and so I climbed into bed with them for a moment. Also, yes, thank you so much for the super. Thiago, thank you so much for the super. And Suffold Man, thank you so much for the super. Yes, my lizard needed a little cuddle, isn't that right? Yes. Seaman Stroganoff, it's your duty to patrol the first-class area of the ship, isn't that right? Da, that is correct. Why? And the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine! Oh, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances you write the phrase nothing to report every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log? That is, duh, because nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would normally write nothing to report, wouldn't you? Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Budia. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact. Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night? Stop talking rubbish! If I'm perfectly honest, I find it a little hard to believe myself. Oh, why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed. That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that even if it happened in the dead of night. Well, no, that's a good point. What of the throbbing? Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it. Oh, yes, I have had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today. Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right, my head's been throbbing today, too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. And the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yes, sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Oh, well, were they all drugged? Well, Cosmo looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Cosmo wasn't fond of chicken. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant? My dear fellow, does that not strike you? Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken? I do. No, really? Is that really true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug? Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea. Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board, it was just the first class then. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. Mr. Sholmes! Well, Seaman... I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade. Please, no more. I will tell everything. I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Yes, so when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. We all agreed to help, everyone together. She threw away everything, her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. We could not make all drug, how do you say, dissolve. Oh, talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. While all passengers of the SS Budia slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effect of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained. So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who disliked chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Cosimo's cabin door. But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins, after which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Right, and accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night. Yes. The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway, and so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the doors locked in the morning. Door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. You have talked a long time and said many things. What I point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. and someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night. But... I don't know about any of this. I'm just a little girl. You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories we don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. A laudable trait. What? I'm quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? Do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind? What accusatory cry of guilt? Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man, but you can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? I can't believe Komo did all of this. No! I believe the time has come for one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said of these two prevaricators. Observation? If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asugi's death, what we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened. Precisely, you were delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I'll see what I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. Ink! There's ink! There's ink! There's ink! There's ink!
Yes!
Seaman Stroganoff, you seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Oh yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain. What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. Yes, just like the ink used to draw in Russian. The ink is purple. You were done for, Komo. Why are you trying to accuse me of a murder? What have I done to you? What have I done to you? What have I ever done to you? Blasphemy. My pleasure. The evidence that proves the stain is in the crime scene photograph. Crime scene photograph, and present.
Yes!
Why do you want me to be guilty so bad? All this for tier list? What? What the hell? It's this photograph and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink? A rather unusual color of ink, purple. Oh, the penny drops at last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of the exact same color. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilt. Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. I arranged everything in Dead Student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Then I pressed button to make Budia do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel. Biff, please. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet. Biff, please. You must help me. I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here? Please, don't tell anyone. My little one. My little furry friend. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor. Yes, that is right. So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers. Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel.
Kazuma.
The door was not locked, so she opened to look, and you already know what happened after. There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind. What? When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why? I already told you. When Nina opened the door of student's cabin and looked inside, I was asking Miss Pavlova. Well, Miss Pavlova? Duh. Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark, and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand, and I believe you. So is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Oh, something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly. In the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural. What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? And fell and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck. The reference seems unnatural. It is weird that his fist is balled up.
Yes!
Alright, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Is there something in his hand? Is there something in his hand? Almost. You might say, as though he were gripping something. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow? First person I ever see get that first try. Really? I thought it made sense because normally if you were to like fall, It would be like your palm hitting the floor rather than the fist. Mr. Sholmes, show us, please. Why, of course, my dear madam, would I keep you in suspense? Is that her earring? This is what I found. Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle. Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us? Tell us nothing. I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks... It looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Yes. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo, that is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. How did that crescent moon come to be in Cosmo's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe, find the answer with your own eyes. Yes, the right ear, but I need to find... Yes, there we are. Yes, left ear. Yes, there we are.
Yes!
Miss Pavlova, on your ear there. I see you have a crescent moon as well. What? And on your other ear, there seems to be a crescent moon missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asugi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Asugi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asugi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh no. Angel? No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? The way she fell. When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after that horrible long day. Meow! Darko, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darko would not come back. Oh, so she knocked on it. Clunk. What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. A young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin... Just a moment. Sorry, but... Oh, yes? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Oh, of course, you're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina? Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina? Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on the ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice. I see. So you've run away. Please, please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. He's going to pull... No, he was going to talk to Ryunosuke! Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted, and then... Meow! Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And... as he turned around to look at me... I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. And that's when you went to fetch help? From Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door shaking like leaves. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go." So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Yes, I went into cabin and I looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway and Wardrobe still sleeping. Right, that's when he found me. So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the Stowaway. I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that's the only reason Susato started to believe me when I said I was innocent. That's right. I dragged young man's body to a good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote wardrobe so that the person who found him would look inside wardrobe and find Stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half. Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished job by pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway. Yes. Accordingly, the SS Budia did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m. thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland, and it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Yes. But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? It was what he said first that made me scared. What he said first? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh. I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. He said an inspector was his friend. Oh, yes, meaning me. He was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It's just... doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? No, he was going to talk to me in the wardrobe! What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but... he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give you your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes, what action was the victim really about to take at that moment? He was heading towards the wardrobe. Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? Yes, of course. It's the wardrobe. I know it! I know it! I know it! He wanted to talk to me because I am his best friend. He wanted me! He wanted me! My Aibo wanted to talk to me! This is horrible! And she did all that thinking that he was going to talk to the captain or the inspector? He wanted to talk to me! In a way, it was your fault. What is your problem? You've had it out for me since you've been here. I would never, never, ever... Obviously, I was going to do this. He talked to me! I want justice for him! What? Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma's going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however... what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly. Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asugi's exact words last night? I could use another opinion! He wanted my opinion! Another opinion? Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asugi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. Oh no! This is terrible! This is terrible, 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 terrible. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asugi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had. Let her know! Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really, I'm so sorry. What have I done? Sorry doesn't bring him back, it's true. And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. Terrible. Horrible. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now, then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia, then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. I see. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff? I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you. About how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but... Look what you did, you made Stroganoff's... He helped her with her... cover up her crime! Her manslaughter! Well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Ah. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yes. I did stow away, after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. It's terrible. It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it even began, huh? To think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. This is terrible! Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Oh! Susato! Susato? Naruhodo, I didn't know you had returned. Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. Thiago, thank you so much for the super. I can't believe Komo masterminded this whole thing. Komodo dragons truly are dangerous. I did nothing of the sort! You were all silly. No! Susato! I still can't believe this had happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that. Susato. No! He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams, and now they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth, that it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo. It's just too much. Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say. Inspector, my duty was to see Asugi safely to Great Britain, but I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down, and I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blamed you, Inspector. And I'm free again now. What? Ha 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 ha! Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo! What is the meaning of this? Who No trifling matter, simply that in my head I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry. So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say. You're a stowaway, after all. Ha 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 ha! He thinks this is funny? Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences? The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway. Oh. The terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be. In the light of Mr. Asugi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no, I don't care for me, but... Poor Susato. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. Oh, but anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Yes. Me! Me! Obviously me! Miss Susato? Yes? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry, in that case, I don't think there's even a chance I could... And there we have it, the motive. What the hell?! But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain. Mr. Naruhodo, that's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector. Every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain. And that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Susato? I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you. So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? Did you not say you would do anything? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating. Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character. No. And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes, from the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusations of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. That's right, Mr. Sholmes. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector, after all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here. Oh, thank you, Inspector. If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report. Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder... Would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Thank you. And Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this. What? Me? Are you sure? I'm sure it's what Kazuma would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asugi clan for generations. Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it, always. So then, Miss Susato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet. It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need. But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too. Goodness, what is it? Please throw me to the ground. 3 times. What? Oh, because she threw us. I should have never doubted you. You were Kazuma's closest friend. Of course, you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away, and the cabin door was locked from the inside. No, I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should have never thrown you, and not just once, but 5 times. Oh, that number keeps creeping up, doesn't it? Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it. No, I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confessed I was most impressed. When did he say that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling? Oh, well, in a way. It's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique. Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I'm a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I'm a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw. Yes, I'd be honored. Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam. Oh, of course. No, not again. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry. Again? As you can see, you throw from the abdomen. Oh yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it? Actually, no. That was a Susato squash. Amazing. In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Karuma? That's right, it's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asugi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain, and I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course, I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. Yes! We made it to the end. But also, Kazuma is dead! Yes, save your card in progress. Yes. The Adventures of the Runaway Room is next, I see. Alright, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for the completion of episode 2 of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. We have solved Kazuma's murder, and it is very depressing and sad. Oh, I'm wondering what the next case will be like. I wonder if it will still be on the ship or if it will be whenever we arrive in Hong Kong. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. So I made an oopsie. I thought that Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness would be out by now on Switch, and so I have it on my schedule. And if it does not miraculously show up on the Switch by tomorrow, then we will figure something else out to do. I haven't figured out what that is, but I suppose we'll figure that out tomorrow, won't we? Alright, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining me. We are going to raid into... Let's see. Let's take a look-see. I don't believe anyone is live right now, so we will raid into... Well, Miss Nova Senpai is streaming in an hour, so we will raid into Miss Nova Senpai. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow for whatever we decide to do. Goodbye for now, and have a lovely rest of your day. Goodbye, everyone!